Hey, what's going on, everybody? Something weird just happened. Is it saying that I'm live again? Can y'all hear me and see me? I don't know what just happened. It just did something real weird. So, can y'all see me and hear me? I don't know what the hell that all about, or maybe it's something that I forgot to do. But yeah, y'all can let me know y'all can hear me and see me, and I appreciate it because I don't know what was it all about. I see. Mm. I guess it's working. Everything good, y'all? Okay. He said, "You see, okay, cool. I was wondering because that shit kind of strange. What happened right there? What the hell was that?" All right, all right, guys. Thank y'all for joining me for this next one. Jesus. Uh, yeah, thank y'all for joining me for this one. And you know what? We're gonna get right into it. All right, let's get right into it. All right, guys. I did a video yesterday about a 3-year-old by the name of Chase. I didn't know his last name at first, but I think I found out his last name. His last name is Allen, Chase Allen. All right. And it look like his name is spelled different than what I've been seeing. I got Chase, but what I'm looking at right now is Chayce. So I'm assuming that is the correct spelling of his name. But the story that's going on with young Chase is he was blind. And I think he had other disabilities going on with him as well. His mom down there, Azuradee, I think that's what they call it, but I'm gonna call it D, in case I'm saying her name wrong. They say she had she had a history with the children's services, social services. They did a welfare check and found young Chase dead in a freezer in the basement. And said more likely he'd been down there since March. Chase been down in the deep freezer since March. Did they say? They said D had poor living arrangements in the house. It was poor. Some people saying that the kids didn't look like they was getting fed. They look malnourished. And the family says they tried to get custody of Chase, or trying to get Chase and the children so they can get him in a better situation until D got herself straight. They say D refused. She would not let them get him. Then it also came out that D was giving crazy stories that just did not add up. And the welfare check that the CPS provided bust his whole case wide open. Like I always tell y'all, I said in my video, why does it seem that the children with the disabilities be the one that they go for first? It happens at home. This shit starts at home. When they get these children, it starts at home. And I'll tell you, they always pick out the weakest one, or at least that they feel is the weakest one. And it's always the one that has some kind of form of disability that they pick out and choose to kill. Well, D, this young man that asked to be here, you laid down and you had this boy. That's what you did. Along with the other children that you had, you laid down and had them. So you couldn't take care of Chase. Then my question to you, ma'am, if you could answer the question, then why do you continue to lay down and have more children? And then on top of that, you dudes who actually laid down with this woman, who's seen her conditions and probably seen that she wasn't quite right there, you laying down and having sex with this woman and procreating with her. That's some trifling ass shit. It is. Or is it that, like a lot of people do, they see somebody with a disability and they take advantage of them? Maybe it was easy to manipulate D to get in bed with them. Maybe it was. And people use that to their advantage to have sex with them. I don't know. Just throw something out there. But I'm almost sure that I'm right somewhere up in there. To have more than one child, somebody had to keep pregnant this woman if it's the same dude. But I think it's multiple daddies in this story. Probably two at the most. Probably two at the most. Let's have a listen, guys. What's going on here?
First at 11, a horrifying discovery leads to murder charges against a Detroit mother. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Amira David.
And I'm Mike Duffy. The body of 3-year-old Chase Allen was found in a freezer last week. Tonight, family members gathered for an emotional vigil in his honor. 7 Action News reporter Kiara Hay spoke with Chase's aunt and grandmother, who say they fought to save his life.
Mike, the family wants me to let everyone know that Chase was loved. And when they knew something was going on inside that home, they say that they tried to get authorities to come in and rescue Chase and his siblings before it was too late.
3.
Today, green and white balloons were released into the sky, remembering Chase Allen, a sweet, soft-spoken 3-year-old who was tragically discovered decaying in a deep freezer at his mother's home in Detroit.
Say, baby Chase! Baby Chase! We love you! We love you!
He did not deserve to go through what he went through.
Tishana France was Chase's aunt. She says Azuradee France, who was Chase's mother, has a history of abusing children, and she and her husband received custody of Chase when he was just 2 months old.
History of abusing children. And what did they say after that? She had a history of abusing children. Another CPS story. See the history of abuse going on. Did we just talk about this yesterday with Amaria Oxman? We just talked about this yesterday. CPS come out to the house and say they saw no bruising on the baby or anything like that. So they left for 2 months and didn't do shit else. And now here we are again. She has a history of abusing children. And what happened?
Has been received custody of Chase when he was just 2 months old, when this was Chase's aunt. She says Azuradee France, who was Chase's mother, has a history of abusing children. And she and her husband received custody of Chase when he was just 2 months old, when the mom of 6 got all her children taken away.
She should have never got her kids back after that.
Azanti
got them taken away. Got all 6 of them taken away. Wow.
Sauls is France's sister. She says the last time she saw Chase in person was last summer, and his head was bigger than his body. She says she fought with her sister to take the child, and when she refused, she says the family called CPS and DPD for months, but were told there was nothing they could do.
Even when we tried our hardest, in this moment right now, it makes us feel like that we didn't try hard enough.
Last month, Saul says Chase, who went blind about a year ago, was burned. His mother claimed it was because he touched a cup of hot noodles, but CPS got involved. And she says the state was supposed to be doing checkups every 3 months.
CPS,
here we go again. Good God.
They failed Chase.
Today, baby Chase's death was ruled a homicide, and Azuradee France is now facing murder, first-degree child abuse, torture, and concealing a death charges.
I can't even sleep. I can't sleep. I cannot.
France's mother, mourning the loss of her grandson, is sickened and outraged that he could have died at the hands of her own child.
No, that's not my daughter. I brought a monster into the world, didn't even know it.
Azuradee France is due back in court on July 8th for a probable cause conference, and she will be before a judge on the 15th. As for the other 5 children, they're now with family. In Detroit, Kiara Hay, 7 Action News.
We just did a story, update to the story about the lady who stabbed her children while the house was on fire. And we heard that the husband say that she already been forgiven. He forgives her. Now we get to the story right here. We hear the mom. The mom said, "That's not my daughter. That's a monster that I brought into this world." Don't sound like to me she's going to be forgiving her anytime soon. Not saying that I'm advocating against it. However people feel, they just how they feel about it, whatnot. But however, I like her mom because her mom is calling like she see it. She's not out there trying to protect us. She's not out there trying to say, hey, my daughter's not a bad daughter, this, that, the third. She's calling it like she see it, and I wish more parents would do that. Because I know y'all don't want to make y'all children look bad, but if they doing fucked up shit, then you got to call it for what it is. You got to call it for what it is. And stop pacifying them. Now, I'm saying stop fucking with them. I'm not saying that at all. But we as adults, if we can call other family members out that's grown, or call other people out when they wrong, then we should be able to do it with our own children when they do something wrong. So I commend on that part. I commend on that for saying that. All right. Say he had a burnt on his hand, say he touched a pot of noodles. Did we just hear on the Mario case that I did yesterday, the update that we did, that CPS was supposed to be doing a 24-hour checks till they made contact with the baby? Well, y'all just heard what they just said right here. They supposed to be doing checks every 3 months. They supposed to be doing checks every 3 months. And I guess what we're going to find out later on in this story, they weren't doing their damn job either. How the hell you lose all 6 of your kids, got all of them back? Because what it sound like to me, and it's going to come out later, is she didn't do anything to get them back. Sound like she just got them back. And even her own sister comes out and said, we tried. Even her own sister was telling her, you need to get that boy some help. Get some help. Take him to the hospital or do whatever you need to do to get that boy some help. But the sister refused to do it. And she says, now that this happened, it made me feel like we didn't do enough. I say this to you, young lady. I'm glad you tried to help. But there's only so much that I guess her as your sister, as the mother of these children, it's only so much she was going to allow you to do. And for what it looks like, it's only so much that the CPS was going to allow you to do. So I'm like this. Don't beat yourself up. Y'all tried. It pretty much is out of your hands. Especially if the mom was refusing help for her children, you know. And I just really believe it's just so sad that when people do try to get help from the CPS, it don't happen. But again, somebody make a false call trying to get somebody in trouble, they there on the double. They are there on the double. So why could they do it for this family? Or this woman that needed help? Why could they do it for her when she needed help? Nita said she wanted why LA didn't step in. That's a good question. Why didn't they step in? That's a good question. Their mama is upset and hurt. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. And she's pissed. She's pissed. In which she should be. In which she should be. It's crucial. Shit crucial, man. Anyway, let's continue.
Neighbors in disbelief after a mother is accused of murdering and torturing her 3-year-old son. His body found in a basement freezer.
I just wish I could have done more. I wish that I could have saved him. I just wish.
Tonight, they gather to remember the young life taken too soon.
And that young boy's body was found by police doing a welfare check at the home on Detroit's west side. Today, his mother, Azuradee France, went before a judge charged with murder, child abuse, and torture. It's a case that Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy says has astounded even the seriously jaded. Victor Williams is live outside of the courthouse with new information for us tonight and also reaction from that vigil. Victor?
Yes, Sandra, this was a very hard story to get through, but we are finally getting a look at the mother that's accused of doing the unthinkable to her 3-year-old son. And we know that this has not only had a ripple effect on that family, but the entire community as well.
My little cousin, he was a funny little boy. He was the youngest best friend I had.
Heartbreaking words coming from 11-year-old Zaire Anderson reacting to the death of his little cousin Chase, that's only 8 years younger.
I'm hurting, but God knows how I'm feeling. I know Chase in a better place, but it still don't make me stop crying. It hurt real bad. He only 3. You're not supposed to do that to a kid.
Sadly, 3-year-old Chase's body was found in a basement freezer Friday morning during a CPS welfare check. His mother, Azuradee France, is now facing charges of felony murder, first-degree child abuse, along with torture and concealing the death of an individual. Betty Jenkins is her grandmother.
It's just a little bit too hard to bear for the family and all, not only the family, but the friends, the neighbor, everyone who knew them.
Next-door neighbor Cheryl Hardy, however, wishes she could have helped, being so close.
I just wish I could have done more. I wish that I could have saved him. I just wish.
A candlelight vigil and balloon release taking place right in front of the very same house where the horrible discovery was made. Pastor Mo did his best to console Chase's loved ones.
Rest in peace!
Rest in peace!
This one hurts deep within. You don't even have words to fathom the egregious act toward this child.
As of now, the investigation continues into finding out how little Chase died and how long his body had been in the basement of the house while he was believed to be missing for so long.
I feel like no kid in this world should be deceased.
And to make matters worse, we're told that Chase may have been blind, and he leaves behind 5 other siblings who are now in the care of CPS. The family is asking for donations for funeral services, so if you guys would like to help out in that way, head over to our website, clickondetroit.com. In the meantime, the mother is due back in court on July 15th. Reporting live downtown, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Now the CPS got the children. Now the CPS got them. Now the CPS got him. Now they got him. Ain't there some shit? I don't really even know what to say behind that. I really don't. But now CPS got him. I want to point this out, right? I want to point this out. that boy that was out there, the way he was talking, bless his heart, the way he was talking. I'm wondering how much he knew what was going on in that house. That makes me wonder, how much did he know as an 11-year-old that was going on in that house? Because the way he sounded when he talking, I think he knows something. On something like this, I really don't agree with children being on camera. I don't. But however, it is a family matter, I guess. Yeah, Raven, I am too. It's kind of hard for me to do. That's 2 shows I did today that it's hard for me to even do the commentary on it. It's hard for me. I just can't phantom this shit. I just can't. I just can't. And that just hit me right there. Now you got them, but when the people's trying to get y'all to come get them, y'all wasn't doing shit, what it sounds like. Y'all wasn't doing nothing. But until somebody died, now y'all up in there. Now, somebody asked about what the neighbor did. Well, I was listening to another channel this morning on my way home. And should I forget the channel name? It's a female. I forget her name. But shout out to whoever you are, because I came in your comment section. But I can't remember your name, dear. And she was reading some things, and apparently some of the neighbors noticed that the children were eating things like that. And they supposed to be like giving them food and other things, to kind of help them out or whatnot. So with that being said, when I heard her video on it, I said that this story is going deeper than what we think. And I don't even think we really scratched the surface of the story yet. I think it's going way deep down the rabbit hole. It's finna go way deep in the rabbit hole. We probably hear some of the most nastiest shit about this story that we probably can imagine once the ball get to rolling. And what the mother children in the house had witnessed. Not only what was going on with Chase, but probably the men that probably was running in at the house. And then let's not forget, she had a history of abusing children, and she had 6 of them. So you mean to tell me this woman had a history of abusing children and still CPS didn't do anything? And she got 6 children. So what appears to me, what it sounds like to me, the history of these assholes, it don't ever work. It literally had to take for somebody to die for them to actually do their job. And we're hearing this time and time again. Each damn story that I'm doing right now, they got CPS involved. Somebody has to die before they intervene. Now, where they do that at? Because CPS stands for Child Protective Services, don't it? Where the protection at? Where's the protection? Somebody asked, not I said where the father of these children. You know what? In this story, I don't think neither one are going to come out and speak. I don't feel now one of them gonna come out and speak. Because here's my thing. I think they knew too. They knew what was going on. More likely they just didn't give a damn. Because if they do come out and speak, that's going to be one of the main questions going to be asked to them. Well, where was you at when this happened? I would love for them to come out and speak because I would love to hear their answer as to where they were while this was going on. But I bet my top dollar ain't now one I'm going to come out and say nothing. Now one of the baby dads going to come out and say nothing. But I could be wrong. We just have to see. But I don't think now one are going to come out and say nothing. Because me personally, if they were, I think they probably would have said something by now. Unless they locked up. Or he locked up. If he's the father of all 6 of them, he or they may be locked up. Just maybe. But if not, I promise you, I don't see now one of him, the baby daddy or daddies. I don't see neither one of them coming out talking. Because whoever the father of him had to ask some point in time, if he wasn't seeing him, or whatever the case may have been, ask where he was. Or unless he just one of the ones, he never tried to visit him, he never tried to do anything for him or anything like or something like that. I don't know. Let's just say he was one of the ones that was involved. Or trying to be involved. If he ain't seen his son in a while, then he would have to ask, where was he? So again, me personally, he or them, I doubt they want to come out and say anything. And this is coming out of Detroit. A Detroit mother has been charged with murder and torture after police found the decomposing body of her blind 3-year-old son stuffed in the freezer in their home. France, 31, was hit with a string of charges on Sunday over the death of her little boy. Chase Allen. Chase's body was discovered in the home's basement freezer last Friday after police and child services were called to conduct a welfare check on the boy. But let the family put it, they've been trying to call y'all. But now y'all put it up here. Hey, Nicole, what's going on? Thank you. But y'all putting it right here that it was discovered in the basement freezer last Friday after police and child services were called to conduct a welfare check on the boy. All right. So I guess when the police got involved, that's when CPS got involved and they had to come out there with him, I guess. Then it goes on to say the medical examiner ruled the boy's death a homicide, but details surrounding exactly how he was killed haven't been released. And you know what? Honestly, I'm afraid to hear how this boy died. It's so motherfucking ridiculous. I'm scared to hear how this boy died. It wasn't immediately clear when Chase died or when his remains were put in the freezer. When police and child services entered the home last week, they also found her 5 other children living in squalid conditions. The 5 surviving kids were taken to a hospital for evaluation. France was charged with felony murder, first-degree murder, child abuse, torture, and concealing the death of an individual, Wayne County prosecutor Ken Worthy said. The alleged facts in the case have astounded even the seriously jaded, Worthy said. Our children continue to be at risk, not just from gun violence, but also from the alleged murderer that lives in the house with them. Amen. Amen. The accused killer's own mother, Tony Haynes, told the outlet she and her other family members had previously warned child services about her daughter, but they would go and inspect and then give her the kids right back. She said France has previously told her the slain boy had burnt his hand on a plate full of noodles and later went to live with his paternal grandfather's girlfriend. I'm looking at a comment here, and here's what the comment says. They say, Jesus, 6 kids altogether, most likely 6 different fathers, brought to you by Democrat ideologies. Why have a Department of Child Services at all? You would have to literally stab the child in their neck in front of the worker to maybe get a summons. This story happens far too often. Woke parental policies, Black Lives Matter, unless that life is put in jeopardy by another black life. Then it's been forced systematically. Somebody said you would literally have to stab a child. They say that's not true. You can address the child using the wrong pronouns. The kid will be gone in a flash. It's crucial. That is crucial. And that is from the New York Post, what I just read y'all from the New York Post. So we had a story I did yesterday where the dad was trying to save his baby, and CPS wouldn't allow him to do it. Then we got this story right here where even her mom was trying to get the children help, and it seemed like CPS would not allow it. So again, children that's trying to get help or they trying to get help for the children is going on deaf ears. But I guarantee you, unless somebody would have called and made a false ass call, they probably would have been there with the heartbeat. But they actually making calls because of shit going on, and everybody's just dropping the ball. Everybody's dropping the ball. So I'm like that person says, what's the use of having child protective services at all? Y'all ain't gonna do anything. What's the point of having y'all around? And again, I'm going to say this again. You got a man or men laying down with this woman, and she comes popping out babies. Every time a ding-a-ling hits her, it looks like she popped out a baby. And you mean to tell me out of all of y'all or just that one guy? And that one guy will make it worse. Because you see how she was treating one of them, I'm sure you saw how she was doing the rest of them. Another reason why I say I don't think he'll come out and say anything. Because he's probably going to make him or them look bad as well. So, all right, guys. The update in this story. She has a history of abusing children, and still nothing was done. The family tried to save them. Nothing was done. The sister said she tried to plead with her to get the boys to help. Nothing was done at all. Now Chase is dead and gone. He's dead and gone. And body was stuffed in the freezer for a period of time. Next time D supposed to be in court, supposed to be July the 15th. And I guess we just have to wait till July the 15th and see exactly what's going to get hit on D. Also, probably around that time, we're going to find out what caused the death to him. And if it does come out that a man helped her, I won't be surprised. That seems like that's becoming common too. Let people come in their life and let them kill the children, or they help them kill their children. That seems like it's becoming common too. It's a cold world, good people. It is a cold, cold world. Cold world. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for joining me for this update. Y'all be safe out there, and as always, just stay tuned and let's see what happens. But I hope the mom see this, and I hope she want to talk to me, because I want to talk to that mom. I hope she see this, and I hope she come in the comment section and say she'll talk to me. Cause I got a feeling we talked to her, we're gonna find out some more shit that was going on. She said, "That's not my daughter. That's a demon I created." All right, Mom. Call it like you see it. Call it like you see it, ma'am. And for that, I respect you. I respect you for that. All right, guys. I'll see y'all next time. When a new story comes out or update to this one, I'll just see y'all next time. And get the thumbs up for your boy. If you haven't seen the last stream, go check that out as well. I'm your man, Chris Storms, and see y'all later. Peace out.